Welcome to more Hill Orc Fighter Giac of Elivilon. Yeah. What I want to improve this time is when I'm distracted by commentating and my mind is full of too many different considerations, I want to start offloading some of that onto TextMind, so that I make optimal decisions when it's important to do so. See whether I succeed. I could use that alarm trap, and then that would pull monsters to the cleared half of the map, allowing me to bounce between the two most distant stairs in relative safety. On the other hand, it's a fairly long distance to retreat from the mark to the stair, from the trap to the stair. But I think I will risk it, since I get to retreat along the border of the map. Otherwise, I have to explore to the south at an increasing distance from the stair up, the upstair. Which is also dangerous. Two imps. And about 6 other monsters. Black Mamba. So this is great. I can engage the Black Mamba from a safe position in isolation, whereas otherwise he could have prevented me from retreating while I was being engaged by some other 10-speed monsters, which is dangerous, given how strongly it can poison. The mark has faded away. I'll stare dance him up. Switch weapons. I better not descend the same stair, even though I'm low on rations, because I have no idea how many monsters have arrived at that position that were in transit. Okay, there's the hippogriff. Maybe it's the only thing around. Yep. Nothing too severe. Showed up. I've now reduced the density of the monsters in the unexplored portion of the map, which makes it much safer to advance. While distant from my line of retreat. Ice Dragon. Something like that could have been a problem while being detained by the Black Mamba. It's fire susceptible. We don't have fire yet. It's also magic susceptible, I believe. Yeah. So I could disintegrate it. Oh, I do have flame. Okay, well then I want to fight him over the water and steam him. So this position is probably fine. Maybe I'll adjust one tile to ensure that he winds up on water. Go ahead and get some steam going. Try again. Guess I had to wipe out the freezing clouds first. Doesn't seem that the steam is doing much to him. I think he has too much AC. That hurt. Okay, he's at full HP, and I'm at 2/3. So I'm just going to trust my regen and back off, and let him lose steps to firing his cold through my RC plus, and should be safe to go up the stairs here. So, or I could have done divine protection there. Might have been worthwhile. Doubtful though, because it still has to catch its breath, even if it gets off a good hit. Time to change armor. Yeah, that Ice Dragon definitely could have caused serious problems in conjunction with the Black Mamba. I think I'd like to go to a more distant stair at that one. Okay, well, regen was ineffective, so I think instead this is a situation that calls for rage to overwhelm its firepower. Ranged attacks were ineffective last time, so I'll LOS him. No chunks. Now I'm able to pierce his AC with the Flame Scimitar and handily crush him. The Elec dagger was another option, but as you saw, a running retreat is very HP expensive, so I'm better off going with guaranteed results with the Berserk rather than high variance gambling on Elec procs. Looks good. Perhaps I can train with more short blades as well. Now I need to return. Rest off the Berserk. I don't think I have much to fear from the rest of this level. Komodo. Should be able to finish him with the scimitar. Or not. High AC. Identify scroll is very handy, given my ID backlog. It would be safer to explore this area coming from the north, but due to my hunger state and the nearly cleared status this level, I'll take the risk. Okay. Lajatang is a decent follower weapon, but it doesn't really matter. Decent for a squishy, I suppose. Anyway, it's time to return to base. Just a rule for myself to follow from now on. Leave the in-vaults and all the rune vaults and similar, or equivalent, until the normal floor zone has been cleared of the whole branch. So that, for example, when clearing a vault, one can retreat both upstairs and down. Okay, so there's no hatch, which means just return to base. There's nothing I need to pick up along the way. I guess there are a couple of little things. So what I can do is find the Lajatang and make a temporary stash there with things I'm definitely taking with on the next expedition. 4 nets is great for this stage. They're a strategic resource, so I'll often leave them behind to conserve them, since they keep their value into the late game, much like blink scrolls. And haste potions. The berserk potions are getting superfluous, but I can still carry them around. The yellow potion is just something good. I don't need to ID it. Okay, it looks like I had a secondary stash on Lair 2, but it's gone now, so I can reassign it. Yep. Pick up the Lajatang. Get the Lair 3 shield. I'm at 38 with 2 items I don't need, so let's take the count at 36. And that should be all the... Yep. Alright. The dex ring is superfluous. I think the remove curse is superfluous at this point as well. I'd rather have the inventory slots. I'll keep the berserk for now. Okay, identify time. Options are a dagger and a mace. And also the chainmail and the hat. So, choices. I think in this case I have to look at the relative advantage. So, the mace is interesting because it's an appropriately weighted weapon for a high skill, for a high strength character. And, however, it's competing with an elect dagger, solid rapier, and a solid scimitar. So then there's the spiked chainmail, which is competing with the crystal plate armor. Another tough competition. Spike chainmail is below the encumbrance that I should be targeting, although crystal plate is a bit above it. And then there's the translucent hat, which is competing with just a plain helmet. So I think that it's the most likely one to be an upgrade. Indeed it is. An excellent upgrade. Only got one cancellation, so I'm hesitant to burn it on blind equipping armor that could be Stark and Tam for no clear benefit, but there's a potential benefit. I also have 2 mutation potions. I think I will try it on. Yeah, that's not interesting. Yeah, that's follower junk. So based on the fact that I could have just blind equipped, so I don't think they have the harm ego on armor. Based off that fact, I did waste the ID scroll. I should have saved it for a weapon. Unfortunate. This is Star Drain. Yeah, this isn't too dangerous. But the harm amulets are particularly dangerous. I guess that only affects amulets. So the concerns are distortion in weapons and harm amulets. Need to finish my inventory. I guess that's it. Head back to the secondary stash. Water moccasin. The safest stair to explore from is likely that one, and that one may be the second safest. But this one should also be close to a corner, so I'm fine with starting here. I do have cancellation in case I get insta-petrified. I have an out 7-headed Hydra. Back off a bit. Alright, with the stairs in view, I'm comfortable engaging. got a pillar here, so it's not going to be necessary. Now's a good time to switch floors. Switch upstairs, rather. Okay, so I can either achieve link up to the east or the south. I think the south will be less populated. Torpor snail. Poison counters him because it ticks regardless of player speed, I believe. Things can be weird, so can't say for sure, but that's how I guess it would work. And I do want to retreat from the Torpor snail because by himself he is not dangerous, but with allies he poses a major threat. Plus my regen also works over time, constituting another counter to his ability, assuming he's alone. A Giac pack. I can use my regen against them here. Try not to allow them to attack me two at once. Force them to waste turns navigating each other. Whoops, I screwed that up. Okay, I think I'm fine just to finish them here. Yeah. Got chunks now, so I can be cautious. And I think I'll do so by continuing. This alarm is concerning, but I'm close enough to the stair that, and in a corner, so I think I'll be alright. Yeah. So that alarm is great because it'll allow me to pull everything into this corner once I've cleared it, making it much safer to explore the southeast. Before doing that, I'll try to achieve link up with the northeast stair. Couple of frogs. It's all EV, so done. I'll just equip troll leather armor and wait here. Protection Flail is good against these multi-attackers. Just for fun, I suppose. I seriously doubt it's optimal to do that, but in this case. Flame's kind of low, so I won't spend any on steaming that. Figure there's more So it's better to retreat. This looks like a vault, so the alarm will be handy for pulling the residents. Bullfrog never showed. There he is. Okay, with that vault there, I don't want to explore too far, because if I trigger an alarm, then they will charge and cut me off from this stair. It's my line of retreat. So I have chunks. What I'm going to do is trigger this alarm. And just chill out. Should all be coming from this direction, since the rest has been cleared. Okay, come on. Yep. This teleport trap is almost as good as a stair at this point. Here we go. I'm not totally comfortable exploring that section since the alarm won't have pulled everything out of it, so I want to reposition and clear this instead, so that teleport trap will be a more reliable escape. I should check this stair as well in case the alarm has flooded it with vault dwellers. In fact, I think I'll at least investigate this a bit. Okay, closed doors I can handle on my flank, because there's already been an alarm and they didn't come out, so whatever's in there can't open doors. So it's not going to surprise me later. Polar bear. Move far back, since this room hasn't been drained either of its dwellers by the alarm. Okay, I'd rather move to the extreme west than charge into the center. There's the polar bear. He's kind of cutting me off. See if I can fix that. Polar bear will berserk, so it's good to poison him to max, so that while he's berserked, you have maximum DP turn on it. There it goes. Now I need to pierce his armor, so flaming. There we go. Not really damage per turn in this case, but damage per time is what matters. Okay. So this level is basically done, except for that vault, which I will wisely save. Guess I can check for stragglers a bit, so I have plenty of extra rations. I guess practically speaking there's not going to be anything there. No hatches. And the next floor is Lair 5. There's no need to head back to inventory. I'm at max LE piety, and just to remind myself that an identified potion is something defensive. Alligator. Spiny frog. Should still be okay. I shouldn't be carrying that Falchion of Holy Wrath. I know why I still am. It's because it's in my active lineup. So I'll adjust that. Establish link up. Train Invo. Throwing is high enough. Point of dodging won't hurt. The rest looks fine. Well, maces and flails is still too low. Give that another. And link up with the third stair. Giac. These are worth poison kiting. How did it move backwards? What? It ran away. Maybe it's part of a vault. Yeah. So don't go in there. Oh, this is Lair 6. Lair 5. I just did Lair 5. Right. So that's an in-vault. Which is why that Giac retreated rather than engaging, even though I'd attacked it. Very strange behavior. In fact, I can't recall seeing that before. Might be a bug. Vial of Floods is nice. I have rations, so I'll exercise caution by doubling back. This is an edge, so it's pretty safe to extend my penetration a bit deep into enemy lines without consolidating my flanks. Another water moccasin. No problem. Okay. It's Centaur Island. Getting some freezing arrow fire. Not all of them have noticed me yet. They'll interfere with each other's fire if I let them, and the water will slow them down. So I'm going to back up. This one just has a short bow. he's stuck. I've got regen, so no need to even use sling bullets on this. Maybe I can finesse these guys and not face both of them at once. Done. Need to drop something. The falchion can go. Spiny frog. Heavy hitter. Spiny frogs are actually more dangerous to me than hydras at this point. So, where should I explore from next? I think this stair is appropriate. Another one. I should head down here, take advantage of the teleport trap as my retreat option. I have javelins now. Need to drop something. Berserk could go. The arrows could go. This is a good choke point. I think I'll juke them a bit. No problem. Got a lot of these potions now. This one, next time I'm in trouble, I should remember to use them. Now's a good time to do the vault. Max my resistances. Just a Hydra. His ability to swim quickly is, whoops, mildly threatening here. Some goodies. Suppose I can take a moment to loot. Establish a secondary stash. It's the only orange potion I have. Then again, it's known to be good, so I don't need to use an ID on it. So I can just drop these 2 potions, since they're coming with. It's basically cleared, so I can loot a bit. Okay, good enough. I think the javelins are surplus. Inventory's a bit tight. The berserk potions are likely surplus as well. Perhaps when I'm no longer carrying the Amulet of Rage, I can use those. Leaves me with 1 ID scroll free. It's a question of the dagger or the mace. I'd like to get maces going. Well, a mace is a bad base weapon, and I've already got a great dagger. So I'm kind of focused on that, so I think I'll go with the fine dagger. Oh, that's garbage. There you go. Maybe I should have gone with the mace, because more weapon brands are potentially useful, with at least a decent base damage. Oh well. Make sure I've discarded everything. Go to the secondary stash. It doesn't matter where I descend. That's core. I'm not going to retreat from him. But I don't need to, so he's not much of a threat. Spells are not useful. Entrance to slime. That's where I'll kill my BO followers later. Okay. supposedly some loot on Lair 5. I think that's gone now, yep. Time for the invault, which I would not be doing were I not an Ellie worshipper. Otherwise I would do some dungeon before risking this, but given the strength of Ellie, I have to retreat from this Catoplopus, so I may as well Venom Kite him while I'm doing it, since he insists on making it a running battle. And I want to maintain range so that he doesn't manage to corner me with his dust. Should be just about it. Switch to the sling, so I don't need to stack damage into the future. Deadly in tight spaces at close range, but otherwise not much of a problem, which is why I don't want to start walking down this branched corridor. Instead, I'd rather yell them to me. Because who knows when the Catoplopus is going to interfere. Let's see, where's a good choke point to handle this? Could use the water, but no, that it's really not much. Whatever. Just regen. It really calls for some venom. Ooh, hello. Okay. Well, this could become uncomfortable, but I have some unidentified potions that I want to try. So I want to get a little bit hurt first. Let's try this. Okay, heal wounds wouldn't be wasted now. It was heal wounds. It doesn't solve the fundamental problem, but it helps. Well, what I can do is getting me again. Okay. Now I need to use the agility. That helps. Huh. He stepped out of the way for the Mamba. I didn't expect that. Well, now that I have Agi, yeah, I can afford to reposition and take on the Mamba. Now I can equip Patrol Leather Armor, regen to full, Crystal Plate, and do it all over again. I wonder how smart they are. I wonder if this would work. Not very smart. Okay, time to pull some more out. Could have easily used LE abilities there to heal the Black Mamba, and then deal with the other two monsters for free, but I didn't want those unidentified potions clogging up my inventory for a long time, so save the piety and identify those two potions in a useful manner is the play I went with. Oops. Come on, guys. There we go. So their region is so high, I want to get them poisoned to max and hold them there. Seven remaining at least. Int as always, and strength is up to the point where reached the encumbrance rating of the armor and exceeded it. That's good. Still. There you go. 2 at once. This is annoying. Very good. Regen amulet is making it easy to venom kite these guys. Since they're set to guard, they keep returning to their starting locations once they lose pursuit and their memory of Giac decays. So that's why I can just keep on yelling them to this point and making pulls of exactly the size I want. I bet I can even lose this Death Yak. Oops. Oh, nope, didn't quite go far enough. Okay. Let's see if I can finish the Yak. Yeah, there we go. Well, I need to be regening, or else I'm just giving away net regen advantage. There we go. Rupert, hello. That's why it's good to pull these vaults carefully. Okay. 25%. He has a mace. LOS, LOS. Buff my magic resistance. I can silence him with File of Floods, which is very noisy. So I want to maybe retreat a bit And having an ally to nuke him down quickly is advantageous, because once he gets berserk, it's a problem. EV is his weak point. So Curare is an option, as is Acid to reduce his high AC, which he's getting from his chainmail. Let's do this. I want to avoid complications with allies, so resist 5% one time, that's good. He's got Paralyze and Confuse, and I have Purification, which takes care of one of those. I think I'll let him get close. Okay, he's berserk, so he's not going to do anything else. So I don't need to silence him anymore. On the other hand, he's still quite dangerous. I think I'll poison him to max. Great. And now he's extremely dangerous, I'm sure. Yeah. So the acid splashes him. Try that again. Miss. There we go. Now he's got protection. Oh, still okay. Still want to use File of Floods, I think. Do I? Or I could use Box of Beasts. Maybe I want to do that, since I'll save File for a magic user. Lost the box. Fire Weird Beast. He hit me hard. So this is a little bit dangerous now. But I want to focus on damage while I can. In fact, maybe I should Zerk at this point. Ooh. Okay, Rage is up, but I need greater healing, I think, if not Divine Vigor. He hit me twice. Greater healing again. Okay, now's the time to pour on the damage. He's at maximum vulnerability, so I'm going to switch to the Elect Dagger, which should synergize well with Berserk, and pump out a ton of damage even if the acid wears off. And go Berserk. Rupert has switched targets to the Beast, which is fantastic, so now I'm not in danger. And switch back to me. His acid wore off. But he's going to go down. And that's it. So I guess I took a 5% chance of paralysis, which I don't think was too dangerous given how distant he was. I guess it could have been dangerous. It lasted the full 7 turns and he zerked. So arguably I should have not worried about noise and just used the File of Floods immediately. Yeah, that would have been the minimal risk play. And then done Box of Beasts and then started working on him so that I had turn advantage. Yeah, should go all out when I see an extremely dangerous unique. Room for improvement. The ally advantage was extremely telling in that battle. Before that I was losing. If I had maximized ally advantage from the beginning, I think that I would have had to expend less piety. Yeah, even before curare, should have established the ally advantage. At least one have at least one ally out, because that's a doubling. Whereas slow is just cuts in 2/3. 50% longer than normal. Okay, so it's not doubling. So the ally advantage is stronger. Assume the ally is equivalent to oneself, which is not quite true, but anyway. He would have silenced, which was the key consideration. So one of my perennial issues is not ramping up to an appropriate response level in the face of extremely dangerous situations. Requires experience to calibrate. A Catopopus, I'm not going to dally while poisoning him until I'm out of the choke points, so that I've neutralized his threat. Is he losing me? It's annoying. There he is. Okay, I managed to kite him out. Just like a good old MMO RPG. Oops. 6 possible. Oops. 6 is possible. Yet another Catopopus. So if I hadn't used sound to pull him out of there, then I would be stuck trying to traverse this hall without, while it's full of clouds, which would be highly disadvantageous. Whoops. Fortunately, I've got Ellie, so it's no issue. For that alone, Ellie's worthwhile in Lair. What is it doing? Why is it doing that? Oh, it's because the clouds. It thinks the clouds are still there. Okay. Okay, nothing else is responding, so it looks like the vault is clear. So it is. Scroll of identify. I could haul it up and use it on the artifact mace, but I don't think I care enough. Then there's the scroll, which I can read. The requirement is the only thing I care about, so I can read it now. So I'll identify the dagger. Venom, I was looking for that. And MR Plus is nice as well. Anything else to loot on the floor? Nope. So I'll call that a minor red zone versus so 2.5% to paralyze, and then he has to manage to accomplish something while I'm paralyzed, which lowers the damage, which lowers the odds by half at least again. Very small red zone. I don't think the Simulacrum vault was not a red zone. So I had RC++ and that post-berserk paralysis can only last 4 turns max. It's not like the spell paralysis, which can last 7. It's significantly more dangerous. Gotta learn all these details to have a minimal risk of death. What does D5 have an exclusion? Because of a vault? Just get rid of it. Okay, I need to read requirement. First, I should decide what I want to acquire. Weapons for this stage of the game are satisfactory. I wouldn't mind a launcher, but what I'll probably get if I acquire is an axe, which actually is, if I acquire weapons, which actually is very useful. If I acquire armor, well, who knows? Who knows what I get? Jewelry is quite limited though, so acquiring jewelry would also be a good choice. Jewelry is probably my most limited category, in fact. I've got this scroll with the blind of it. It's only potentially requirements, so I'll just go ahead and read it. Holy word, okay. Dagger goes a second. That helps a lot. It's an excellent venom kiting weapon. Makes venom kiting an extremely competitive tactic. Also helps with the high variance of the elect dagger. The two damage types complement each other. So that's Lair done. So I do have a shot on D8. I guess there's nothing good in it. Yeah. Antique weapons. Okay, so next will be D10. And I stay LE for now. Oh, drop the amnesia. And that's a good stopping point. Minor red zone, unfortunately. Yeah, that was just my mistake. I misprioritized noise management over eliminating the potential one-shot kill paralysis. Thanks for watching.